So you can't disagree by and large with what Nigel has said here, even although I think he's a spot a paid for a Masonic puppet is most of them. But when, let's face it, the postponed local council and local government elections, yeah, in 2025 to 2026, yeah. Now I would argue that they knew that they would have a vast influx of reform candidates, and they were not up for that. Well, because they got away with that the first time, they're now wanting to delay that to 2026. Yeah? And let's face it, if they can get away with it twice, well, why not 2027, etc., etc.? In fact, some of them are actually... Ministers said they were asking 63 local authorities across England whether they want to postpone contests scheduled for May next year until 2027. And I keep saying to people, look, if you just looked at their lodge aspects, doesn't matter if it's Labour, Conservative, SNP, blah, 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 it's their occult affiliation, yeah? And that includes local councils. If you just looked at them as well, the likelihood that Freemasonry is not in this room is next to fucking zero. Seriously. And then add, if they're not Freemasons, it's Eastern Star, which is a variation on the theme, or something like Theosophy or Humanism or the New Age movement. But the point is, they're an interconnected network with a focus. And the focus just now is the rolling out of the goals of Agenda 21. Yeah? But let's go to comments. By the way, I would say, well rated for a reason. So, we are witnessing fascism emerge in Britain. Under Labour, we have record numbers of people being arrested by police for things they've said on social media. They want to introduce mandatory ID cards, and they want to end anonymity online. They imprison people for years over mean tweets. They are delaying elections, getting rid of some jury trials. Some, actually, apparently, something like 95% of jury trials. Yeah? So they can lock up dissenters more quickly. Yeah? There's the Online Safety Act, which is harvesting passport details already. Oh, and they are facilitating mass inward immigration of young men with violently anti-Semitic views, and our Jewish communities now live in fear of new fascistic arrivals, which is the paradigmatic manifestation of fascism. We must peacefully and democratically resist the slide into dictatorship. Well, I have to confess, I read about there, and then they had the bit more where you clicked on. I would say, what about the Christians as well? Yeah, add to that. I mean, come on, seriously, that's been in plain sight. Anybody into Christianity happens to be out there in the street with a Bible, giving it large. Oh no, they're locked up. Yeah. So it's not, it's not just one specifics. Yeah. There's more to it, yeah. But what did I say? We have forced taxation without even representation. Well, it's one of my thoughts on the subject. But I know with this AI software, I mean, there's many other comments I could make, but it would never get through. Yeah, not because I'd said anything outrageous, just that. There's certain words, pretty unremarkable words that in a row apparently offends the AI on this thing. But yeah, we have forced taxation without even representation by organizations and aspects of government that are demonstrably working against our interests. I'll leave you a link to that. I shared it on my community page, but it's well worth a watch, and honestly, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace what you see going on in plain sight. None of these people are working for you. After all, if they were, you wouldn't be unhappy. I'll speak to you soon.